Hello everyone. I know it's been 2 weeks since I've uploaded. A couple reasons for that. One good, one bad. The good thing is the weather's finally nice here, so I've been going outside, spending time with my kids and grandkids, having barbecues. It's been fun. The bad side is that I was addicted to my views, which is something that I was committed not to do when I started this. This is supposed to be a hobby for me, and I had to just take a minute, reset, and not check how many views I was getting on each video. I remind myself that this is a hobby. So I'm going to be returning to the most terrifying places in each state, but this particular episode is dedicated to haunted hospitals around the world. It caught my interest, and I hope you guys like it. So I'll see you guys next time, and I hope you like my video. Number 5, the Roosevelt Island Smallpox Hospital. Built in 1830, it was to serve as a smallpox hospital, but quickly became a dumping ground for anyone not able to fit into society. It housed not only ill patients, but petty criminals, immigrants, and the disabled. At some point, a journalist by the name of Nellie Bly went undercover and witnessed widespread neglect, patients being beaten by staff, patients being starved, and one woman even died during Bly's stay. She published her findings, forcing the officials to fire several doctors and staff members. Patients were eventually moved to a different hospital, leaving the smallpox hospital abandoned. Number 4. Adolf Hitler's abandoned hospital for wounded Nazis. This hospital wasn't always used for Nazi purposes. It was a tuberculosis sanatorium from 1898 to 1930, at which time it was turned into a wartime clinic. It was packed with German soldiers. Adolf Hitler himself was treated here for a leg wound. When the Russians seized Berlin in 1945, the hospital then treated Russian military members for the next 50 years. The main hospital closed in 1995. Today, some areas that remain open are being used for neurological research. Number 3, the Willard Asylum for the Chronically Insane. The asylum opened its doors in 1869. Authorization was given by Abraham Lincoln to Dr. Sylvester Willard to open. The first patient was Mary Rout, who the staff described as being demented and deformed. That's nice. Mary spent 10 years in the asylum, where she witnessed patients being abused and neglected. One female patient was shackled in her cell for years, and another resident was dropped off in a chicken coop. Like many asylums at the time, Willard had its own working farm, making it self-sustainable. Patients were allowed to bowl and see movies, but they also had to endure electroshock therapy and ice baths. Its on-site cemetery is filled with former patients, with only numbers marking their graves. The history is so chilling here that in 1972, Geraldo Rivera exposed the inhumane past, which forced its closure in 1995. After closing, a cleaning employee discovered hundreds of suitcases in the attic belonging to former patients. Number 2, the Turanda Craig House. Built in 1859 for Civil War officer Joseph Howland, it became a psychiatric institution in 1915 for those who could afford it. With 60 acres of land in Beacon, New York, there was plenty of room for pools and golf courses. Clarence Slocum and his son Jonathan ran the institution and believed talk therapy and fine dining would cure insanity. Viewed to be an elite center, it was anything but that. Jane Fonda's mother, Frances, died by suicide here in 1942 after taking a razor to her throat. Rosemary Kennedy was lobotomized here when she was just 23 years old. After the procedure, she had the mental capacity of a 2-year-old. The Turanda Craig's house closed in 1999 and is abandoned today. Number 1. The abandoned hospital on Poveglia Island. Located in Italy, Poveglia Island was a quarantine center for those with the bubonic plague. It was also used as a mass grave site for its victims. Many believe this is the most haunted place in Europe. More than 160,000 people died on the island. Many who came never left. The hospital's mental ward was a torture chamber. Patients were severely abused and some even perished. This island is strictly off limits to the public, but a few have managed to sneak over. The fate of Poveglia is unknown, and here it sits today, abandoned. I'll see you guys next time.